this session. This is a title around us how to crack placements, right? Because after 1 month of we are many students will be into the placement phase. So we'll talk about that. We will cover every each and every detailing regarding that. So before that, Soumya, would you like to tell a little bit more about yourself to our audience?
Sure. Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Goa, for reaching me out and having me here. It's a pleasure to be here on this channel and sharing my learnings, my experience that I've gained till now. So, thank you for that. Now, a quick introduction about myself. So, I'm a software engineer, currently having 2+ year of experience. Uh, right, and during this journey I worked with multiple tech stacks, learned a lot, gained the experience and the learnings. Other than this, my full-time job, I love to create content, so I do share my learnings over LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. So do check it out if you want. So my channel is named as Study with Soumya. So that's a quick introduction about it.
Okay, thank you. That's very great. So without wasting a minute, let's start about this placement. Like those who are about to enter in their final year. So can you give you a brief structure about like what are the processes, what are the steps, or what are the phases involved in the whole hiring process or in the whole placement cycle?
Sure, sure. So first of all, the things that comes under picture is that there are certain colleges which are having on-campus placements. Again, certain other colleges which are having off-campus placement. When on-campus placement is there, so I believe the colleges give sort of understanding like what kind of companies been visiting and some kind of preparation also being involved from their end. The actual problems is faced by the students, those who are from tier 3 or not having good placements or not having the placements at all, right? So for this as well, now the two things is there, like you should have the clarity that what kind of companies you are actually targeting to. So there are
Yeah.
service based companies, product based companies, startups. So the criteria is sort of different if we are talking about these three. If talking about service-based companies, so mainly there would be the process start from an online assessment, that would be an aptitude test. So you have to practice all those things. The aptitude part, you have to take care of that. Then there will be a technical round and the HR round involved. Like this is how, in general, I'm saying now. It depends on the company as well. There can be additional more two technical rounds or like that. For product based companies, the main focus right now, what we can see, is on the problem solving part. So that is your DSA. So the first round would be, in some companies I agree there is the aptitude round, but in general it would be your coding round, your DSA round, the problem solving round. So you have to be good at it. Like if you're targeting product based companies, so right now this is the thing they are focusing on. Then again, the technical rounds, that are round involved. So it's not like DSA is just specific for product-based companies. Even service-based, some certain service-based companies do ask, but again the level varies, right? So there could be an easy question, like some other companies that you are a top-notch company, a top product-based company, or targeting. So there could be the level can vary actually. Then in startups, so it's not like what they actually is interested in. That see, in most of the startups they don't have the time to train you or something like that. So if some student is there, he has done a good development work right now. Students are doing open source contribution and they are learning different demanding tech
Yeah.
stack, so making cool projects over that. So if you are someone, like a startup is having the requirement of a certain development, and let's say you have done certain cool projects to showcase them, you already having the understanding. So on the basis of that knowledge, they'll be having certain questions related to that tech stack. The process will be involving that part only, like the essay and all those won't be a won't be a part of the process. So that's how, like, first the thing is that you should have the understanding that whatever company you are targeting to, what is the process they are following, and as per that, you should do your preparation. Like, um, that's what from my end.
Okay, that's so. I guess that's clear answer for every student who are about to enter in the placement phase. Also, just from exactly from 1 month after today, the 1st of July. So from the August, many students will face placement. It will be on campus or off campus. So, like being as a computer science student or like being as a for a fresher. So there are number of questions running in mind, like how should I prepare myself? How should I, what should be my strategy? So can you suggest some strategies and roadmap for those students who are about to appear placement cycle?
Okay. So, like as you said, right? So the less amount of time is remaining. So some students are there, those who are very consistent, and from the starting itself, they have this thought clear in that in their mind, and but again, some other students are there, those who are doing the preparation at the end moment. So for the end moment part, what I would say is like, see, if you are having the idea like what kind of companies being visited to your they'll be visiting to your campus, or if you have sort of having the understanding that okay, these off campus, see, even if off campus drive is started, right? So they do have some gap that today you are doing the registration, and after 15 to 20 days, or let's say 30 days, there will be the assessment and like that. So what you can do is like, just because at that time you won't be having that much time ki you are doing the preparation from scratch. So you can important questions, the previous year questions that has been asked in that company, what was the process followed, what kind of questions been asked. So you can practice those questions. So like they'll give you a certain idea ki, okay, this kind of question been asked, so this is the pattern that you follow, this kind of difficulty level has been involved. So certainly there could be a chance, maybe you can get repetitive question. If not, then certainly a kind of similar question you'll be able to get. And like, in these many days, because it's a small amount of time, 1 month you are doing the preparation, so pretty much you will be able to cover everything related to that specific company. So I would say practice previous year questions, like the coding questions if you're talking about. So you can practice on the lead code top most art coding questions. If the aptitude, so again the aptitude question that has been repeatedly asked by certain companies, so like if you will google it, you'll find certain related content over that. So practice those questions. So pretty much that will help. Yeah.
That's oh nice. I mentioned those who started the profession and last moment. Can also some Jugaad wala type to like tips and tricks that he or she can follow in just about 3 months. Like
Okay.
sources of from
uh,
some level.
Kubar, your voice, I'm not sure if there's any issue
Uh,
from my end or what. Like your voice is breaking
I
a
get
bit.
just is it clear now?
Still, it's breaking for me.
Okay. Sorry for just give me a second. Uh, now is it?
Okay, it is still breaking, but yeah, just give it a try. Like, ask your question.
I'm really sorry for this network disturbance on my end actually. Still, is it like giving
Yeah, your
you?
video is completely blurred at that moment, and the voice again that is breaking.
Okay. Hello. Is it clear now?
Yes, yes, yeah, it's better.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry for this disturbance actually from my end. So I was saying, like as you mentioned, there are many students who started their profession at the end of the moment. I mean, they are, So can you suggest can you suggest or drop some platforms or resources for their, last minute preparation? And all?
Okay, so see if okay, some platforms for the preparation part. So like during my time, like when I was doing the preparation, so mostly what I refer to is India Bix. So that is having most of the aptitude related questions, and those I believe has been asked in multiple companies as well. And for coding preparation and other, the core subjects preparation related questions that has been asked again. So GFG is the best platform that they can refer to. And Yeah, there are certain YouTube channels as well that cover the previous year question papers and previous year questions that has been asked in certain companies. So you can follow them, like as online study for you on Knowledge Gate and certain other. And the most important one is the Lead Code, which also covers the previous year coding questions that has been asked in multiple companies. And again, mm, the questions that has been having the most chances of getting asked. So yeah, these were the platforms that I personally refer to. And again, the important thing is like give mocks. Um because see, when you are solving a problem, or whether it's a coding problem or a mathematical problem or reasoning, whatever it is, so when you are solving it without a time constraint, you are able to solve it, that is fine. But when you will be in the actual scenario, you'll be having a time constraint, so it's always better to give a mock so that you can get the idea that if in a given time constraint you are able to solve it or not. So that's how you'll be improving. So give mocks, they're very important.
Okay, I guess that should be a very, honest answer for those students who are looking to for this to boost their preparation and looking for platforms as well. Okay, so let's talk about some internships and projects. Like some companies they demand a kind of experience as an intern in somewhere company, and if you're having some national level projects, so they give you priority. Like many companies offer this. So, how can students maximize their value in these experiences? Like, if I'm talking about those students who are unable to crack any internships or they're not having that much decent projects. So, what should be your suggestion? What should you advise to them to so that they can maximize their value in this in these two expertise into this field?
Okay, so as you have specified about okay, yeah, internship and the projects, right? So
Projects, yeah,
obviously, yes, if you are having some experience beforehand, like internship, so that is going to be an added advantage for you. Like it will help companies as well to easily filter you out, because they'll be like, okay, this candidate is having the internship experience. But again, one thing to mention here, because the same thing I have also done, because I was not having the awareness, and I can understand other students also, those who
yeah,
are not having the awareness, that internship we are doing. So make sure that this internship is actually contributing something to your knowledge. Like, depends the domain you belong to. If you are from a tech domain, so it is contributing something to your tech domain. You are actually working on something, you are actually learning. Because now what I've seen, and even I've gone through it, so I won't be judging anyone. So what
yeah,
we do, we are just some random internship. For the namesake of internship, we are doing some task, and those which are easily available, and that is a kind of unpaid internship. And at the end, we are getting some certificate or something like that. So students, they do get misguided, and they are just doing that random task just to think, like they do think that, okay, at the end I'll be getting a certificate, and that I can put in my resume. And so, but guys, this is not going to help you in any way. So don't get into the trap of any unpaid internship or some random task being assigned and you are taking it as an internship. I'm talking here about a genuine internship being offered by the by multiple companies.
yeah.
So by some startup where you are actually learning and you are getting paid for it. So if you're doing that kind of internship, which you can actually specify what you actually worked on, and what were the challenges you faced, like that, when you're actually learning something, so that would be something that you can specify in a resume, and that will help you. But again, the question
Oh,
comes that, what if you are not able to grab an internship? So again, see, if you are not able to grab an internship, that doesn't mean that, okay, this will impact you during your placement or getting a full-time opportunity. That's not the case. Definitely that will not hamper. But if you have an internship included, so it would be an added advantage. That what I can say. Now coming to
oh,
the projects part. So projects, again, the same thing. See, if you are making the projects that are very common, like a to-do app and some management system, library management system, like this, some random projects that we have heard a lot, right? Even we have made them. So if these kind of common projects you are making, and you are thinking that they will help you to stand out, so that is not the case. But yeah, if you are making something really cool, something where you have solved a particular challenge, and so that will help. something that you can
Yeah.
showcase or something like that which actually makes sense. But making normal general projects definitely won't help that much. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So like we have talked about this projects and internships, but the issue comes where when students are preparing their resume or cover letters. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah. So like if if I have to ask you on the behalf of all those friends, like how can someone effectively prepare the resume and cover letters just to stand out from the competition? Because the first part is oh yeah, sorry. Oh,
No problem.
I'm again sorry for this disturbance. Yeah, so I was asking ki, on the behalf of all those students who are struggling to mention, to prepare the resume. So what strategies or what, some bullet point or some tips and tricks you can share to those students who are struggling with this part? They are unable to prepare the resume so that they can introduce themselves to a company. So what would you recommend or what would you suggest?
So, see, for freshers, you don't need a cover letter first. That would be a resume only. For like, if someone having the
Yeah,
experience between just a fresher or even till 3 years, right? So you don't need a cover letter, right? You need a resume. Now the resume part is first of all, in your resume, be genuine. Just mention the things that you are aware of, and that is mention the things which are actually contributing to that position or like here I'm just having that scenario in my mind that we're talking about a tech position, because I've seen the resume where the people mentioning about the hobbies, dancing, singing, and then
yeah,
competition they are talking about, like any random Rakhi competition or whatever. It just came to my mind. So just to be clear, they don't mention these things because they are nowhere related to your tech job, and like they are not going to help you anyhow to get shortlisted or something. Mention those things which is like, let's say if you participated in any coding contest and you got some specific rank, and whatever you have done, like these things, participated any hackathon or something. So these kind of information, if you are applying for a tech role, so they will help you uh, to get shortlisted, and like they will seek the attention of the recruiter. Okay, this is what you have done, so definitely you will be having the knowledge, you'll be having the good problem solving skills. Like if you're specifying about a coding contest that you participated in and got some xyz rank,
yeah,
so mention those skills only that you are confident about. Because this point is also important to mention, because sometimes we think that okay, mention as many skills, even if just we attended a 1 or 2 day workshop on that. But even then students are specifying that maybe it will help me to get shortlisted. So that is not the case. Even if you will be shortlisted, they'll definitely ask you questions, because that's something you have mentioned in your resume. So
yeah,
the interviewer will expect you to have the understanding about it. So don't randomly put anything in your resume. Be genuine about it, and make the projects whatever you have learned. Just make the projects on it. So it's not like you have to make a very, like if you are starting, right? So make start from the small projects. So whatever you are learning, you are implementing, and then collaboratively you can make a some random, like some good project which is actually, you think that you are actually solving a problem or something like that, so that you can talk
yeah,
about if you're not having any internship. And now having photograph as well in resume is not important. Like that's my opinion, but again I have seen the resume having photographs, but again it's not important, and it should be one picture. So it's not like just one time you will make a resume and that's it, it is done. Like the resume go through multiple iteration, right? So if when you are done with making a resume, take help from your seniors or the person you think that okay, they'll be able to help you out. So just let anyone approach anyone you think that okay, this is the genuine or the trustworthy person. So just get the idea, okay, this is what
yeah,
certain things you can improve. If there is certain thing that you think, let's say you did some internship or you participated any contest or something, so you just highlight that the important pointers that you believe that you have done certain good thing to catch the attention of the recruiter. you are doing the coding and having the good rating, so you can specify about that as well. So yeah, and make sure that you are changing your resume. I mean, slight modification you are doing as per the position that you are applying to. So yeah, that's from my end.
Okay, okay, that's great. So as you mentioned about the shortlisting of this resume, so there is one software that most companies use, ATS. So can you give a brief intro about the software and how can students, avoid this ATS? I mean, yeah, there's some posts on LinkedIn and such kind of things. Like they mentioned, this ATS have some sort of specific words from the job descriptions.
Yeah.
So those students who are just unaware of the software, so can you give a brief intro about the software?
Okay, so I would say that for ATS, one thing that I can specify about is that, see, whenever you're applying for any job, okay, now why they are taking the help from this software, because see, multiple, it's not just is a specific chunk of people will be applying for it. Multiple people would be there, so obviously it's not possible for a human to go through all those
Yeah,
resume. What do you think? Like, no one even check your resume what is actually mentioned over there, right? When you are like submitting it over any platform or like that, right? So they do, like as you have specified, right? ATS. Okay, so what happens? There is certain keywords that should be there in your resume. So when you're applying for a particular position, it's very important to go through a job description. So what happens in job description? There would be some key terms been specified related to the maybe a tech stack that they are actually looking for a candidate to be proficient at. So make sure that you are including those keywords. So that's how, like, this software, what it does, like it will be looking for those keywords, like if your resume is having them or not. That's why I specified that you have to modify. Slight kind of modification is needed as per the role you're applying to. It's not just one resume you are having and you are applying it for any job and then hoping that I'll be shortlisted. So yeah.
okay, okay. If we're talking about the hiring process, so some companies conduct group discussion, in
Mm-hmm.
short GD. So
Yeah.
most students just they get rejected in this round, GD round. So is there any specific strategies or basically what the recruiters is looking
Mm-hmm.
for a candidate in this group discussion part? Like, can you mention those points?
Sure, sure. Now, GD is basically, it's a part of the process, because see, when you'll be getting a job and you will be entering into the corporate, so there will be multiple meetings, multiple discussions. So it's not just when we get a job we are doing coding every time. It's more of how we are collaborating, how we are putting our points, so how we are doing this. We are working in a team, right? So that's why many companies are having this round in picture, that is group discussion. So I think to get sort of attention or to stand out, the first thing that you can do is start first, or be the initial one. It's not important, but definitely, let's say if some XYZ topic has been given, okay, and till the time some kind of discussion is happening, you can think some points in your mind. Okay, this is what I can talk about or something like that. So if you can start first, because if you'll be starting first, okay, then sort of attention you'll be getting from the interviewer. Okay, okay, so this was the person who started first. But again, depends like what points you are putting forward. And if there is, like, be authentic. It's not any random info. Even, you are not confident and you are sharing, okay, this is related to that. So have the facts related to that topic, whatever is being assigned to you, and then only speak about it. Be confident
Okay.
when you're speaking. And yeah, I think these are the points. Like, they want to see how clearly you are able to communicate, how clearly you are able to deliver your message, how confident you are about it. And even this is a kind of discussion involved. So if someone, let's say, put forward some point, so you can just come forward, and if you agree with it, or if you deny the facts, so that also you can put forward. So it should look like, okay, you are participating, you are listening as well. So it's not just speaking about the things, it's about listening to other candidate as well, and then you are putting your opinions on what other person said.
Okay, that
So
that you mentioned really some good points regarding this GD part. Uh, like, okay, there are hiring processes on campus opportunities or campus opportunities, but still there are many students remain unplaced. So they look out for another strategy, which is very common and known, that is LinkedIn. And
Mm-hmm.
they just start sending messages and messages. So,
Mm-hmm.
but still they are unhappy and they are just questioning like why I'm not getting replies or why I'm not getting a acknowledgement from their end. So, is there any kind of tips or a kind of any strategy? Like, if I have to ask you on the behalf of all those students, like, how can they maximize this LinkedIn presence without losing their education? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Okay. So, like I was saying, ki if you have to suggest a method or if you have to suggest a kind of a prototype, okay, like how a student should approach a HR or how they approach their recruiters so that they can get at least a reply or they can at least acknowledgement. Yes, your application has been received. Such kind of things. So, what will you suggest?
Okay. So first thing is that what I've seen, like even I do get messages from students, and some of I accept or they are being ignored. So first thing I
Yeah.
would say that don't reach out. I mean, reach out to the person, but generally what I would suggest, and if I were at those student place, so see if someone is having, like this is a genuine point, is having too much followers, right? So they'll be getting frequent messages from many people, from many candidates, from many students regarding something or something. So
Yeah.
reach out to the people who you believe they are sort of active, but they are not having that much following, or that much engaged. Like you must be getting my point, right?
Yeah.
This is the first thing. And the next thing is that what I have seen is that students or the people reaching out, they're just first putting hi, hello, hi. So these kind of messages, you like, they'll be ignored because you are I mean, no one is having that much time that they'll be responding to your hi, hello, and this could be a spam as well. So these kind of messages generally is it definitely they'll be ignored by most of the people. So if there is something, if you need any information about any program or any kind of guidance or any kind of referral, these kind of things that you want to reach out to someone, so make sure in one message itself you are providing all the, like you are talking about all this such like hi, and
Yeah.
explaining about yourself. If you are reaching out for a referral, so there, like there's a template for each of these things. So if you're reaching out to someone for a specific position, so make sure that in your message you are talking about it and how you are a suitable role for this particular role. Maybe for to be more genuine, you can
Hmm.
share your, if it is a developer role, you can share about your coding profiles as well, that this is what you have done, so that it seems authentic, and as if in the one message itself at one go you have talked about everything, the person would be referring you. But sending the messages which sort of sounds is spam, like I want a job, help me with a job. And even sometimes students send those messages as well, that I have I'm looking for a job, can you check in your company, like if there is a job or your company is hiring, like that. So just go to the portal, right? You also have to put some efforts. It's not just putting some message. Other person is not having that much time, and even he or she is not aware what skills do you have. So how he or she can tell you, okay, this is the hiring. So go to the career portal, search for the position, search the position that is aligning with your skill set, and then you can reach out to that person. Okay, this is something that is aligning with my skills. Here is my resume, and like everything that you believe is important, mention in your message, and definitely I believe in that case you can expect a reply. And also don't depend on just one person. Like in case if you are reaching for a referral or any kind of advice, like there are
Yeah.
many people over LinkedIn, right? Many people working in, like in a company, or like has been a part of a certain program. So at least ping 4 to 5, 5 to 6 people. Even that's what I do, like if I have to ask for something, because there could be a possibility that that person didn't reply, but any one of them would. So yeah, that is also one thing that you can follow, that reach out to like at least 5 to 6 people.
Am I audible? Hello. Am I audible? Okay, so may I have you muting yourself?
Oh, sorry. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. No issue at
Yes.
all.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think these are some of the things like that even I have noticed and I have seen, and some of the tips that I myself followed. So yeah, you can follow them, and definitely that will help you.
Yeah.
And the LinkedIn profile, as you mentioned, right? So it's a must to have a LinkedIn profile. It's not just you are making a profile, that's it. It is a kind of resume for the students, so make sure you are properly updating the info, like if you are currently studying or something like that, or if you are working somewhere. So all such experience that you have to is important to make, like to put on your LinkedIn profile. It seems genuine. I have seen students not putting anything and then sending the connection request. So even these kind of connection requests is also being ignored, because that doesn't give a kind of authenticity. So make sure you are having a properly updated LinkedIn profile.
Okay. That's very authentic answer, I guess, for the students who are looking for their answers. So we are, I guess we have a limited time frame for this session, but still, the last question. We have we have discussed about the hiring process, how students can they apply, how they conduct in those hiring processes. But at the end of the day, at the end, if any of the students have, placed and they have received the offer, so the last stage is all about the negotiation. So like, how can someone effectively negotiate salary and benefits this job offer?
Okay, that's a good question. And from this question, one like thing that came to my mind, even like when I was, so see, there's definitely like there are many students who do have multiple offers. What I've
Yeah.
seen is like even this kind of fear I was having also in my mind, and at the time people give someone some advice to me. So whenever you are appearing for an interview and let's say you are already having some offers, so this question you expect during your HR round, that they'll be
Yeah.
asking you, okay, do you have any offer in hand? So what do we think? Okay, if I'll be mentioning that yes I do have, so I'll be rejected or so, but that's not the case. So if you're having an offer, specify that, because as you mentioned about negotiation, right? So let's say you are having an offer of a certain amount, right? And now this company which is currently interviewing you, and then they'll be asking, okay, do you have offer? So you'll be saying yes I do have an offer from this and this company. You can specify also like, okay, they'll be expecting, okay, you have offer, and why you are appearing for this company. So again you can mention the something that interested, make you interested to apply for that company. What is the thing that you believe? So accordingly you can answer. Then definitely, because they want to have you in their company, so whatever is the previous offer, the package that you are having, they'll be offering you more than that, right? So
Yeah.
this is the first thing that you have to keep in mind now when you are having the offers. So I think deciding on the package, generally that is what we do. But yeah, obviously the package is the important part, but again not just decide on the basis of package. First thing is that the profile. let's say some company is offering you more but they are giving you a support profile, or some company is giving you a developer profile, but a sort of gap is there in terms of package. So you have to be very, like, you have to first specify, okay, this is the position that they're offering, to what is the scope further, how it will impact my career. And the next thing is about the work culture of that company. So to know about the work culture of the company, you can you can go through the platforms like Glassdoor, Ambition Box, or like this. And other thing that you can do is that you are reaching out to the people over LinkedIn, the employees who are already working in that company. So they'll be giving you a better understanding that how's the work environment, how's the work life balance, how the team is. So to get some idea about your team is also a good part. And to know about the tech stack that you'll be working on, so how demanding it is. Because this problem is also there, that people is accepting a particular job offer just because of the package, and later they are not happy with what they are doing. They are not, you know uh, maybe they are not liking the tech stack, or they are not liking the work culture. Work life balance is not there, that is too toxic. So
Yeah.
it's important that have the understanding of all these things, and accordingly then you can decide, okay, this is what the company I want to go with. So yeah.
Okay, that's a very thorough answer that for the students. And I guess we have just our time frame that we've decided for the sessions. As we all have limited time, but still those who are looking for the future or in future to connect with Soumya, I will drop her LinkedIn profile in the description as well as chat section. And you can find all the details about Soumya already in our Discord server. You can find over there. And last but not least, any tip of advice or piece of advice from your end, Soumya, for all those students who are appearing in this placement cycle?
One thing only, like that I would like to say is that don't get demotivated. Obviously, when you will face rejection, everyone has faced rejection, so it's not just you. At first time itself, if you're like, you won't be, get selected, or if you will be, then I'm happy for that. But again, many
Yeah.
people face rejection, so learn something from those rejections and move forward. So don't get demotivated, have self confidence, and definitely you'll be doing it. So yeah, that's what I say.
Okay, so no need to get demotivated, guys. Okay, uh, do your best, work on your skills, and rest is luck, I guess. So yeah, so yeah. Finally, Soumya, we are done with the session, and we will wrap up this. And on the behalf of all those engineers who are watching us right now, I would like to thank you. And once again, thank you for so much for this for joining the session. And I'm sorry to apology from guys. Accept my apology for this time, as I was having a bad network connection. I was so yeah. Okay. Madhur, you may end this live session.